Hello and welcome back to Kerbal's Space Program. I am your host, Christopher Tarantola, and we are playing 1.2.0.1509, I believe that is. And as you see here, I'm noticing there are a couple additions to the pause menu. Not only can you resume flight and revert, save, load, and go to settings and quit to main menu, straight from right here, but you can also go to the Space Center and the tracking station. Now, you could always go to the Space Center, but now you can go to the tracking station. So you got a couple more things that you can do here. That is really nifty. Kudos to you, squad, for adding such neat stuff that I find would be useful. Okay, so we have Jebediah here on the launch pad, rather, not the space station. And let's aim the camera at him, yeah? And so what we have here is a lander for Minimus. So let's aim at this point right here. There we go. That's better. So we got some an engine and some lander legs, and we got our science on the lower half here. I got quite a bit of science so that we could do experiments in different biomes and whatnot. And then we have a return stage here, and we have at the top one of these experiment storage units. So the idea is once we run these experiments, we'll just store all the data in the experiment storage unit, and we'll send that back with the capsule to Kerbal, and everything else will ditch. Finally, at the top here, we have our parachutes, extra battery, and another parachute. We also have some photovoltaics on the side there. So overall, this is, oh, and we got a couple more experiments back there, obviously. In fact, why don't we go ahead and log pressure, collect it and record it, atmospheric data from the surroundings, and we'll keep the experiment. Now let's see, can we collect all? Okay, now we go back here, and it's out. Cool. What about temperature? Log temperature. We actually get some science, so let's keep that experiment. I don't want to do these because you can only do them once, right? What about a report? I should have done this by that. That should not be anything. Yeah, that's nothing new. Okay. All right, I should have dumped the monopropellant out of that, but oh well. Let's go ahead and collect all. And cool. So we know it's working, and going to go ahead and put our SAS on. Again, we've set the default to maximum here, so I don't have to press Z anymore. And go to map view, and we can see here what we got going on. So this is the failed comms relay. That is the successful comms relay. We have a contract to do a satellite, and then we also have a contract to pick up Cyanda. So we're going to pick him or her up, and at this point, I never know. And then we also are going to be going to Minimus. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Minimus, obviously, with this Minimal Lander 01. Looks like it'll be right about the right time to go. So let us launch this puppy. One thing I'm noticing is it's spreading out everywhere instead of through the designated spots, and I'm not sure exactly why that is. Is there wind now? Is there crosswinds? That would be an interesting addition. I haven't heard about crosswinds. Oh look, it just disappeared like that. That's kind of strange. I'm not sure that's supposed to happen like that. It's the first time I've ever noticed it happening like that. Yeah, so I think there's some glitching going on with the atmospheric effects of the launch at the very beginning there. It's just as well, because that honestly, it slows the game down quite a bit for me. Going ahead and tapping my D key. I need to be a lot further. Oh, but not too far. Holy crap. Oh my god. Oh crap. This thing. With these tail fins, it's aerodynamically a little bit different than it used to be, I think. Either that or it's just because of the length of it. We do want it to be right about here, right about now, though, so I'm going to try and get it there. All right, so we're up in orbit, and I am noticing quite a bit of a difference in the way the atmosphere is being rendered. It is quite a bit nicer, if I do say so myself. I really love the rainbow effect there too. Um, Everything seems like it's brighter. It's almost as if they turned up the background. I'm not sure how permanent that's going to be, but it is noticeable to me. Um, this seems a bit dark. But as it goes into the sun, it seems to brighten up. So they've definitely done some changing to the visual effects, I think. We're almost out of fuel on this, so but I'm gonna go ahead and point my attitude. I'm not sure that estimated burn time is accurate, but even still, if I can get a press bed log pressure data, keep that. I should have done it while we were still in the atmosphere, but collect all. Alrighty, and we can go ahead and fast forward. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and burn here, even though it's probably early. Main reason being that we are gonna lose that stage. And that I'll call good. F5. That's because we even still we did burn a bit early, but I'd rather have burnt a little early than a little late and not make it. So next thing we got to do is do our transfer burn to Minimus, and it looks like we're gonna burn right on this descending node, which is nice and convenient. And I'm gonna go ahead and send that out. We haven't quite got the closest approach. Oh, there it is. So I'm wondering if I can change when we leave, and that will affect things. There we go. We got a capture. Let's focus view on Minimus. See if we can't fine tune it. We don't have our precise node, but we can still work on things. Now we don't need to do a polar orbit, so we might want to bring it up. I'm not sure that's helping much. So I'll have to fine tune it once we get closer, but that's fine. So let us see if we can't focus back on Kerbal. And then I'm going to warp to here. you doing in there, Jeb? Looking good. Get that big goofy smile on his face. All right. Turn this puppy around. Okay. I'm gonna burn right on the line. Okay. Cause I messed with it and I can't zero it out very easily without just redoing it, and I don't want to redo it, so. Okay, it's supposed to be, I think we should go ahead and burn now. Probably a little late, but meh. Yeah, let's check something here. Volume is still down. It just sounds loud to me. Hopefully it doesn't on the recording. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and kill this, and I'm going to focus view here. Okay, there we got our capture, so I'll go ahead and F5. Then I'll walk it in a little bit. There we go. That was a little bit too much, but I'll take that. What I'll do is I'll go back to the ship, see if we can put our thrust limiter way down, reverse to retrograde, and then just burn a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So now, I mean, that's way better than what I tried to plan with the maneuver node. That's exactly where I would want it to be. It looks like it's a little bit above the equator, so we might want to change it a little bit. But for the most part, man, that's bang on, isn't it? Let's see about going there. Okay, that's the ascending node after we go through if we don't ever slow down. So I wonder, there's not an ascending node on the blue here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like create a maneuver, add maneuver right there. It does seem like they've improved quite a bit. It used to be when you had a elliptical orbit like this, it was really tough to add a maneuver node. It does seem like they have done some good, strong work there. Focus view back on Minimus here. Okay. I'm not sure why it's already changed like that, but see if we can't make it more equatorial in nature. That seems pretty good. And a very slight burn there. I'll go ahead and try and warp to there. Alright, time warp complete. Still got 25 minutes to burn. My maneuver's actually way over here for some reason, which I find strange. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and burn. Something changed. Quite a bit, actually. I'm not sure what happened there. I wasn't paying close enough attention to know what happened there. But that looks about equatorial to me. So I'll take it. And so then we'll want to add a maneuver there and get into orbit. And a closer orbit than that. Yeah, right about there. And then we'll definitely want to land on the sunny side. So we'll probably land somewhere around here, which is great. So we'll F5 that and go from there. All right, and so I'm just I'll warp to here. And see, when I went to warp, it changed. Oh, something's going on with that. Interesting, but not good. We are have some issues with the warp. I think that again, this is it's a pre-release build, so you got to take it with the grain of salt that it is. Explore Minimus. We have taken our first steps toward exploring Minimus. Let's keep going and see where it takes us. Initiated the first flyby of the sun. What? We didn't initiate our first flyby of the sun. Yeah, this is definitely a glitchy build. I'll tell you that much. It's very glitchy. There's at least 3 glitches that I can see, and I'll definitely be reporting these with this video. But I'm going to keep recording for the rest of us as well, just to keep going. Any closer than that there'd be paperwork, and I didn't complete that contract quite yet, so I'm not sure why it's saying that either. But we are in the sphere of influence. It's nice that stayed up, even though I didn't pin it. I like that. Okay, so let's log temperature. And measuring our temperature in space to be quite impossible, and we've seen that, so I'm just gonna keep that experiment, and then log pressure. Read 0 as if it was in a vacuum. Seen that as well, but we'll keep that. And go ahead and do one of these mystery goos. Right, goo feels right at home. And we'll go ahead and collect all. This is now inoperable. If you had a scientist aboard, I believe we could go and reset that experiment. Unfortunately, Jebediah is a pilot, so we cannot do that at this time. So we're going to go back into our map view, and we are going to warp to there. Woo! Right on in there. Okay. So I think we probably should have been a little bit more conservative, but in any case, I'm just going to hit retrograde and Z. This is another area where we want to take a look. Used to be that it would be moving all around and wasting a lot of battery and as well as fuel. Seems like they've changed that quite a bit now. It is moving around a little bit, but it's also being a lot more conservative, and so it doesn't waste as much resources. So in that sense, it seems to be doing much better. So that's an improvement. And unfortunately, I think I'm going to run out of fuel on this stage, aren't I? So I wonder if I can transfer fuel from here to here. I can't do that yet, and I think it's because I haven't done the correct things, which means we're going to lose all of our science, because all of our science is on this stage. Ooh, that's not cool. That's not how I planned things. Oh boy. That kind of sucks. I don't know, maybe we'll make it. I'd like to at least get it landed with this stage. That's the whole idea. But I'm not sure that's going to work. Alright, well, we've made orbit at least. Alright. And that is that stage. Unfortunately. Or we at least in, what did we make? 22. I'm not sure if that's going to be in space low or not. Log temperature. In space high over Minimus, we're still. We're going to reset that experiment. Let's warp to the periapsis. Woo! Oh, because we still got that on. Jebediah is clearly upgraded. I like that it upgrades in mid-flight. I think that would be realistic too. Once you learn it, you don't have to go back to the Space Center to get the credit for learning something, right? Okay. In space near, so we do get some. At least we'll get the in space near log pressure data. Keep this experiment and observe mystery goo. Keep that experiment and observe materials bay. That's worth quite a bit of science. We'll keep that experiment. Might as well also, I should have done this earlier, but crew report. And we'll actually send that off. No usable, oh, are we not in range of comms? Network. So yeah, we're too far away from anything. And that's interesting. I would have thought that the relays would have reached to this, but maybe I guess I needed a relay on here as well. I don't know. Maybe I need to upgrade my what is it called, tracking station. I wonder if that is something that's required. Interesting. But in any case, we'll do that crew report. It's F5 and EVA. And let's EVA report. All right. and board. And let us collect all. All right. Got all that data there. We have entered orbit of Minimus. We have performed a spacewalk in orbit of Minimus. Yes, we have. Now, let us do one more thing. I'm going to go back around to... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to warp there. Warp here. There we go. And reason being is we'll get the in-space high for those experiments that I had forgotten. All right. So let's go ahead and do the other materials bay. The high radiation environment caused a few of the samples to glow. Looks like it'd be fun to paint the rocket with this. Alright, Jab, well, easy there, fella. Don't get your painter's hat on yet. The lake beds seem relatively flat. Perhaps we could land there. Yeah, well, good observation there, Jeb. Okay, EVA. And EVA report. And nothing really interesting said there. So I'll go ahead and collect all once again. We got 15 items in there now, which is wonderful. I really like this. It's totally changing the way you do one of these missions, right? I mean, it's really making it easier because you don't have to bring all these bulky experiments back home. Now, I mean, I am kind of missing out by having this mystery goo not really getting anything. Um, but hey, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? Also, I'm not going to have these landing legs, but Minimus is small enough that I should be okay. In fact, I'm worried, if anything, that I'm not going to have enough Delta V to land on Minimus and get back to Kerbin. But we'll take the chance, right? We'll go ahead and stage that. See you later. Well, F5. And I'm going to go back to, but this time I'm just going to go to right here. Warp to here. That's just the edge of the sunny side, and then I'll see about where we're going to land. We don't have to land on this. In fact, we could require a lot less Delta V to land on the highlands. We could. I'm going to go ahead and go retrograde here. I'm going to F5 because if we don't have enough Delta V, which I have no idea, I'm going to go ahead and revert back to this and just go straight back to Kerbin. But we're going to try. And we at least get the credit for the suborbital space flight. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And keep it on retrograde. And we'll bring her on down. And I'll just end up wherever I end up. And we'll have to see on the next episode where I end up. That's it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching, as always, you guys. If you like what you see, like this video, subscribe to my channel to see what else I got going on, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.